Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to the latest matchday preview. It is a big 6-pointer at the bottom of League 2. It's Sutton United versus Doncaster Rovers. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview, Sutton United versus Doncaster Rovers. Huge 6-pointer at the bottom of League 2. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so, even though Doncaster are not doing particularly well over the last couple of years. I do appreciate all the support you guys give me, hurtling towards 4,000 subscribers. That would be fantastic. If this video has brought you to the channel and you enjoy the content and you want to see more, please consider joining us on the road to 4,000 and hopefully stick around for a few more seasons, and hopefully we're both League 2 clubs, we will see. But if you are new to the channel, this is a format that we go through match previews. We'll look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player just to say a few words about, and then I give my opinion on the opponent's one to watch. So my standout player for Sutton, but obviously you know your club much better than what I do, as I always say. So please, if you think there should be somebody else we should be talking about, get them in the comments down below. And then we finished the video with 3 predictions: the predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, the family predictions league table, and then the all-important score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Sutton and Donny not faced off too many times in our history. I can only find 5. Again, in the comments down below, if you know of more, please let me know. I do like to be educated, but from what I found, Doncaster have won 3 of those meetings, Sutton have won 2. And when we drill down into those 5, we can see that potentially tomorrow's game away from home is not a good omen for Doncaster, because we go back to the 99-2000 season in the conference. It was an away defeat, 1-0. But we traded blows that season with a 1-0 home win. And then we jump forward to the 22-23 season, last season in League 2, where Doncaster won the home fixture 2-1, but lost the away fixture 2-0. And then we thumped Sutton earlier on this season. It was one of the games that I didn't vlog at home because it was my stag do, but it started pretty well with a 4-1 victory. But as I say, we're winning as home games, losing our away, which doesn't bode well for tomorrow's fixture. Not for Donny anyway. And current form doesn't bode well for either of us really. Sutton coming into this one in the slightly better form with 3 draws in the league. Doncaster 4 defeats on that graphic with 1 win on penalties, sandwiched in the middle in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. But Donny's last win in the league came on New Year's Day against a decent MK Dons team, but since then it's been grim, with 3 defeats on the bounce in the league, only scoring 2, conceding 9, so not been great watching for us Rovers fans. There was a brief bit of joy though, as I mentioned, with the Bristol Street Motors Trophy win against a decent League 1 outfit in Wigan, but we won it on penalties, and that joy was short-lived after a defeat midweek just gone in the quarter-finals at Bradford. And to rub salt in the wound, to push the knife in and twist it, after players starting to return from injury, we did find that 3 players ended up gaining injuries in the Bradford game, taking out, and it's just heaps misery on an already battered squad this season. And I do feel for Grant McCann and his team. We've got a big squad, a lot of players, but so many of them have been on the treatment table this season, and it's just not been a great season overall. But there's still a lot of football to play, and we need to get ourselves out of danger. Sutton though find themselves in a bit of an upturn in form, with good draws recently against Barrow, Mansfield, who are very, very good teams, and Walsall, who are mid-table in recent weeks. So a couple of decent teams in there that they've managed to get draws against in the league. But then a midweek defeat to high-flying Harrogate dented Sutton's chances of escape a little bit, and did us a massive favour, in fairness. There's 7 points between us and Sutton, that would have been cut to 4, and then it'd have been really nervy on in tomorrow's fixture if Sutton get a win, and it'd have taken it down to 1 point. But a victory for Sutton against the closest rival in the table could be huge tomorrow. Anyway, it could cut it down to 4 points, and then I'm already nervous. That could make it even more nervy towards the end of the season. 3 defeats, 1 win and 4 draws since getting hammered by Stockport for Sutton. It has given them hope of escaping the drop to non-league, but hopefully it's not at our expense. We need to get some points on the board and pull ourselves away from the bottom two. On to play profile. This individual may help us pull away from the bottom two. It is Akib Adelakan, 27 years old, right winger. He's been brought in on loan from Lincoln for the remainder of the season, and it was our 5th signing during the January transfer window. And for me, I think it's quite a good sign. He's got plenty of EFL experience. He looks hungry. He looks energetic, and I'm hoping that he just gives us what we need to survive the battle we face coming into the latter part of the season. We need to find goals. We need to get a bit more creative in the final third, and hopefully Hakeem can provide a bit of that along with Waters, and just provide Ironside with a bit of relief and some chances to put away. We certainly need to be creating more chances and taking them if we are going to pull ourselves away from the bottom two. So hopefully Hakeem can provide that. On to the opponents one to watch. So as I said at the start of the video, you know your club much better than what I do, so if you think somebody else should be spoken about at this point, get them in the comment section down below and educate me. I'm all for that. But I've gone with Harry Beautyman, 31 years old, central midfielder for Sutton, and just bags of experience in the EFL. 359 appearances, 65 goals, 20 assists, 6 goals this campaign. And I think with the injury to Ben Close, Westbrook out, our midfield's been pretty non-existent for the majority of the season. I think that's where we've kind of won or lost games. When his midfield's been decent, we've come out on top on those games, but more often than not, there's nothing there. And I think if Harry gets on the ball and controls that midfield, I think we could be in for a long afternoon. Like I say, loads of experience. It can work on that and play on that and bring that into the game and potentially dictate the game from the centre of the park. So I think if we get close to him, don't give him the time and space on the ball, I think we may get away with something from Sutton tomorrow. But for me, the one to watch is Harry Beautyman in a Sutton shirt. On to the predicted team lineup. So this is thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Plenty of features to get your team stuck into, and you get rewarded for following your club. It just makes sense. And for me, the predicted team lineup, I've gone with Louis Jones in goal. Is our only option at the moment. At the time of recording, I don't know if we'll bring another keeper in by the time this video comes out, but we will see. I've gone with a back four of Sterry, McGrath, Wood and Maxwell. And then obviously the midfield, without Close or Westbrook, it's going to have to be Broadbent, Bailey and Tommy Rowe, with Adelakan on the right, Waters on the left. Obviously Molyneux picked up an injury at Bradford, with Ironside up front on his own. Fingers crossed that's an 11 that can get us something to fetch home tomorrow. On to the predictions league table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If you get spot on, it's 3 points. If we don't get the scoreline right but the outcome of the game right, it's 1 point. If you get completely wrong, which has been far too often this season, it is no points. And only my dad went with a defeat against Stockport. I think I went with a draw, and Chris and Max went with wins. There was confidence in performing against a very good team. So my dad went with a 2-1 defeat, so he gets a point. Finally puts him onto double figures, and he's chasing down Chris and Max, who are in 3rd and 2nd on 11 and 12. I still lead the way with an 8-point gap on top with 20 points. I hope I'm wrong with this score prediction. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know that I always predict with my head and not my heart. Obviously, always want my team to win. But a stat came out on Twitter a couple of days ago that since the start of 2021 season, Doncaster lead the way with defeats, with 87 in the league. So I think you've got to predict with your head and not your heart, because we ain't going to win many games with stats like that. So I think this is going to be a tough one. You look at historically, we've not done well at Sutton, and I think the pressure may tell once again. And unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going with a tight 1-0 defeat, which puts us seriously in danger. Hope I'm wrong. We need to bring 3 points home in this 6-pointer. We'll see what happens tomorrow come 5:15. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up on it for us. Please comment in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.